What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at Hendrick Lexus Northlake and we get to take a look at this 2022 Lexus IS300. So huge shout out to them for providing the sedan for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. All that info is down in the description. This 300 here is finished off in iridium and it has an MSRP just under $46,000. So to start off today's review, we're going to take a look at what powers this 300. Underneath the hood, you'll find the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. This is paired with the 8-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 241 horsepower, around 5,200 RPM, and 258 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,600 RPM. This is rear-wheel drive. It weighs in right around 3,700 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just under 7 seconds, up to its top speed of 143 miles an hour. And it has a fuel capacity of 17.4 gallons. You can expect to see around 21 miles per gallon in the city and 31 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 110.2 inches. Its overall length is 185.4. It has a width of 72.4, a height of 56.5 inches, and its ground clearance measures in at 5.5 inches. As we work our way to the exterior now for this IS300, let's start off with these headlight housings because they have a very sleek design to them. This does have LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals, and you can see the DRL has a very distinctive look to it. I love the corner of it because all this bodywork surrounding it just blends in nicely, and you can see those lines extend all the way to the base of the windshield there. So it just has a really nice design wrapping around. We have that lower body line there, and then right in the corner you can see that leads our way to this hourglass shape for the grille. Plenty of cutouts to provide cooling to this turbocharged engine. The Lexus badge also acts as the forward-facing sensor, so it's really nice how that's incorporated and doesn't break up the rest of this massive grille. You'll see the surround is finished off in chrome as well, and the parking sensors are nicely incorporated throughout this front end. They're very subtle, so very hard to see, which just makes them blend in nicely. So it definitely gives this front end a really nice look for the IS300. And as we work our way to the side now, I want to start off with these wheels because they have a very cool design to them. These are 19-inch wheels. You can see the multi-spoke pattern that they have, and they just give it a really clean look against this exterior color. It matches perfectly. You'll see the sunroof up top. This has body-colored side mirrors where you can see the top section is finished off in gloss black. There's chrome and the integrated turn signal. You'll see more chrome surrounding all of the window trim, and then we have really nice lines running down the side. My favorite is the one that goes from just below the front tires all the way to the back tire there, but you can see it jumps up towards that door handle in the rear. So it definitely gives it a unique look and has some really nice contoured lines leading all the way to the rear, where we're gonna start off with this trunk mounted spoiler. It has a really nice design to it. You can of course see it's finished off in body colored. We have the backup camera along with the dark housing for these LED taillights, and you can also see the connector bar running right through the trunk just to give it a really unique look. You can see all the parking sensors just below that along with the diffuser, and we have that dual exhaust. So finishes it up nicely for this IS300. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. So I have the vehicle locked. All I need to do is walk up to it, place my hand in the door handle. You will hear it automatically unlock. And now we can move on to this door panel where you'll see we have black leather on the armrest along with some stitching. You can see a really nice pattern on this insert. We have the release handle along with the memory seating adjustments. You can see all the window controls along with the mirror adjustments. We have one of the 10 speakers for this audio sound system, and you can see there's a good amount of storage space in the lower section of that door. And then as we work our way to the interior now, you can see these leather seats. They have a really nice design to them. You can see more of that stitching running down the bolsters. And then down on the side is all the automatic adjustments. Now it's time to move on to the interior for this IS300. You can see this has a very low door sill, so it makes it easy to enter and exit. We have the grab handle, of course. And then looking at the steering wheel now, you'll see it's completely covered in solid black leather with black stitching running along the inside. Now it's time to start this up. So with my foot on the brake, we have the engine start stop button over on that right side, and we can fire this up. And you'll see on this gauge cluster, over on the left side is the tach and the engine temperature. On the right side is the miles per hour and the fuel gauge. And then right in the middle, there is an LCD screen where you can go through some information using all these buttons over on the right side of the steering wheel, where you also see that forward sensor, the lane keeping assist. We have a back and pages button. But right now, currently, you can see some averages for the MPG. I can scroll down, you can look at range, other resets, you can look at your MPG after you refuel. You can also look at the eco meter, so just depending on how you're driving, you can view that. You can pull up the miles per hour, you can look at your TPMS and look at your gear position as well. And then if we scroll over, you have music, you can look at that adaptive cruise and all of those settings, any messages that you'd like to look at. And you have a few other settings that you can go into with some other technology features that you can turn on and off. So it's really nice to be able to go through all this. You can even look at your speed reduction for your cruise control and all that information. So it's nice to see that right in the middle. And then over on the left side, you'll see we have tuning and volume for the radio, different modes, Bluetooth and voice commands are just below that. And we even have these steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. They're finished off in a very nice dark finish just to match nicely with this interior. And then looking over on the left side of the steering wheel, you can see down below we have the trunk release. There's also a sunshade button that you can push on, and that is for the rear glass. So you can see that raise. Of course, if I push on it again, it will lower. We have the automatic headlight adjustments along with your odometer and a dimmer switch for the gauges. There's also one air vent, and you can see we have some leather covering the top of the gauge cluster, which is great to see. And then right in the middle, we do have a touchscreen system, or you can use this pad down below where you'll see home and menu along with a back button, and then we have the trackpad just below that. So right now, if I click on home, you can see music along with navigation over on the right side. You can look at your average MPG and your range. If I click on menu now, you can bring up these icons where you can look at your audio and phone. Projection is how you can pair your phone to the system. If I click on climates, you can go through all of that information, look at your fan speed, where you like there to go, and all of that information. You can click on those arrows too, which is nice to see. And then you have info and setup as well. You can go into the display just to configure all of that info, just depending on how you'd like to. So it's really simple and easy to use. And we have that pad below that. So I can swipe my finger on that pad and go through all this information as needed. And then you'll see there are two air vents and a clock just below that. And then we have all the climate control buttons. So if you don't want to use them on that upper screen, you have everything laid out very well. We have the temperature on both sides, so you can just swipe your finger to adjust it. You can see fan speed, all of the other controls. We have the recirc, the AC. You can also sync these too. We have the hazard button right in the middle as well. And then working our way below that, you can see a physical button for power and volume for the radio. Tuning is on the right side. There is a CD player right in the middle with all of those other controls just below that. And then working our way to this shifter now, you'll see just in front of that, we have the heated and ventilated seat controls, as well as the heated steering wheel. So you have those controls nicely laid out. And then with the shifter now, with my foot on the brake, we can go all the way back into reverse. You will see the backup camera up here with the guidelines. We have a few different angles as well, so more of a widescreen view. And you can also adjust these guidelines too, just depending on what you'd like to see. We can go all the way down into drive, and if we pop it over into the manual setting, that allows you to use the shifter or the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, which is really nice to see. Over on this right side, you can see we have the different driving modes. So if I turn this dial to the left, that is for eco mode. Sport mode is to the right, and if I just push it down, that is for normal. We have a snow mode as well as traction control and the auto hold assist. There's two cup holders over on the right side, and we have the center armrest here covered in leather. If I open this up, you'll see there's a good amount of storage space along with some auxiliaries, so you can charge any electronics that you need to. And then as we work our way to the glove box, all I need to do is push on that button. You'll see there's plenty of room for all that information. We'll take one last look at these seats. And like I mentioned earlier, this does have the sunroof. So we have the manual adjusting sunshade. We have a few other controls for the sunroof up top. And you can see we have the touch sensitive dome lights as well. As we work our way to the back seats now, you'll see the door panels finished off just like up front. And at 5'10", it's time to take a look at these back seats. So you'll see right off the bat, we have some storage bins behind both front seats just to place in any smaller items. You'll see there are two air vents right in the middle. And then with the front seat set at my height, I have plenty of room for my feet and my legs. And I'm just touching the headliner here, but these are comfortable seats. I really like the seating position they have to offer. And right in the middle, you'll see that we do have this armrest. You can also pop out the end of it where you have two cup holders if you need to use them. And then you can get another look at that sunshade while it's all the way up, just to block some of that sun coming in from that glass since it's so large. And these back seats can fold down as well. All you need to do is pull on this tab located right next to the headrest, and you can bring the seat all the way down, and you can see that will provide you with a lot more interior storage. And last up, we'll take a look at the trunk storage space. I'm just going to use the button to the right side of the backup camera. You can push on that and it will release. And now you can see the back storage area here where there's plenty of space, really nice flat surface. You can see we do have a mat in here at the moment, and you can see some cutouts over on the left side and the right side, so you can put in larger items sideways if you need to. And then when you fold those seats down, you can see just how much more interior storage space there is. And you can can see there's not really any overhang, so this definitely provides you with a lot more space and a very practical sedan. And then up top, you can see there's a grab handle over on the right side, making it very easy to close. All right, so getting this 2022 Lexus IS300 out on the road. This has been a really cool sedan to check out so far. This has been very nice. I love this interior. All of the materials are very nice. We have leather on the seats, all of the leather, even on the sides here, which I didn't mention earlier. And we have all of the piano black. It just gives it a very premium feeling interior. And the exterior also has some very nice lines. And I really love these wheels. I think it's perfect against this exterior color. Just gives it a really nice sporty look at the same time. But now that I've put a few miles on it, let's go ahead and pop it into sport mode. We'll put it over into the manual mode here. And it's really neat to see those bars go down. I'll show that when we get to the POV angle here soon. But we'll give it a little bit of gas from second. And for that turbocharged engine, we have plenty of power. These paddle shifters are also very responsive. So that's great to see. While this isn't the F Sport trim level, we still have some great performance. And it's driving so smooth. It's also very comfortable as far as wind noise and road noise goes. But as we come up to the sharp right, just going at a normal rate of speed, it handles so well. It feels very planted, which is nice to see. This isn't a performance-oriented Lexus like the F Sport trim level that I just mentioned, but it's nice to see we still have some great handling characteristics, so you can take it on back roads like this. But yeah, as far as driving this, it's been super comfortable. It is so quiet on this interior. You really don't hear anything. There's no road noise, wind noise. It's just very, very nice to be. This would be an excellent daily driver that you can just relax as you're driving down the road. It is that comfortable to be in. And then as far as visibility goes, we really don't have any pillars in either direction, so I can see out of that left glass there. I can see over my right shoulder. Obviously, we have these side mirrors if you need to use those. So visibility is great. We have the backup camera. And I love the fact too that we even have the parking sensors up front. So if you're in parking lot situations, you have that extra aid, whether you're going forwards or backwards, of course. We're coming up to another sharp right here. It's not a loud vehicle. Obviously, for a sedan like this, we'll give it a little more gas. It just keeps going. For a turbocharged engine, it's just so smooth as well. As we switch over to the POV angle now, we'll give it a little bit of gas coming around this turn. And hopefully you can see from that position, I currently have it on that gear position that I was talking about earlier. So you can see M with a 6 next to it because we are in 6th gear, and it climbs all the way up to 8th gear. So hopefully the camera can pick that up from this angle. And like I said, it is so smooth to drive and very responsive too. So awesome performance, even for a, I would say, base level like this, the IS300, not having the F Sport package. And you can get a look from here at this interior. Everything is laid out very nicely. I love how user-friendly everything is. We even have the touchscreen system too, so you can use that if you'd like to, or everything that I showed down below. And just a really nice layout. We'll take another quick look at visibility. So over my right shoulder, and then you can see out of that glass there, it's a very comfortable seating position too. I really love the bolsters that they have to offer, so it gives you that good side support that you're looking for. And as you can hopefully tell, you can't hear anything at the moment. It is that quiet. So from sport mode now, I can just twist on that dial. We can go all the way down to eco mode. You can still shift with these paddles here, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of gas. And in eco mode, there's pretty much no power. So of course that's what it's designed for, compared to sport mode, where we have a lot more throttle response as we can take it around that turn. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive, getting behind the wheel of this 2022 Lexus IS300. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. All their info is down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.